Alrighty, I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. Want to know why I'm excited? Because today we're gonna do the first part of our first bad fanfiction reading. We're gonna read My Immortal, and if you don't know, My Immortal is kind of infamous for being so bad that it's good. It's a Harry Potter fanfiction, and there isn't really any other way to describe it other than interesting, but in a funny way. You'll see what I mean just by the author's note. As I read this, I kind of offer a challenge to those people who might be listening that are over 21. Every time she describes what she's wearing, take a shot, and every time she mentions My Chemical Romance, take a shot. Alrighty, we're gonna start. We're only gonna do the first 10 chapters because this is like 44 chapters long, and it'll probably be 3 or 4 parts. So the first 10 chapters are what we're gonna do today. So let's just get into it. My Immortal, Chapter 1. Author's note. Special thanks, get it? Because I'm gothic. To my GF, ew, not in that way, Raven, Bloody Tears 666, for helping me with the story and spelling. Oh boy. You rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life. You rock too. MCR rocks. Alright. I hope you know how this is gonna go. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note, if you don't know who she is, then get the hell out of here. I don't know who that is, probably because I'm not a weird, edgy goth. I'm not related to Gerald Way, but I wish I was, because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me, and I put my middle finger up at them. "Hey, Ebony!" shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. "What's up, Draco?" I asked. "Nothing," he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. Chapter 2, and there's 2 author's notes. Is it good? Please tell me, fangs. Second author's note. Thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. By the way, preps, stop flammin' my story, okay? The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again at the same time. I opened the door of my coffin and I drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black and ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used as pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings and my pierced ears, and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up and then grinned at me. She flipped her long, waist-length black raven hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick with a white foundation and black eyeliner. I forgot how completely repetitive this is. "Oh my fucking god, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday," she said excitedly. Yeah, so, I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the great hall. No, I so fucking don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Guess what? He said. What? I asked. Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh my fucking god, I screamed. I love GC. They're my favorite band, besides MCR. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. Chapter 3. Author's note. Stop flammin' de story. Prep's okay. Otherwise, thanks to the Gothic people for the good reviews. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, BTW, I don't own this or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. Well, that's good. Gotta clear up any copyright issues. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnets on my arms, straightened my hair, and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists. Oh, that's great. We're just gonna normalize that. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and then I listened to some GC. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. We're 3 chapters in, and at least 66% of the words and sentences have been dedicated to describing what she's wearing. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a simple plain t-shirt. Simple Plan. Oh, that must be another fucking dumb emo band that I've never heard of. T-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Author's note. A lot of cool boys were it, okay? Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony, he said back. We walked to his black flying Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666, and we flew to the place with the concert? That doesn't make sense. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. You come in cold, you're covered in blood. They're all so happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mom. She sets you free into this life, sang Joel. Brackets, I don't own the lyrics to the song, I figured. Although, to be perfectly honest, I probably wouldn't be able to tell. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Draco asked sensitively, and he put his arm around me, all protective. Really, I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary fucking Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got GC concert tees, and Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz. But Draco didn't go back to Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. Chapter 4. Author's note again. I said, stop flemmin', okay? Ebony's name is Ebony, not Mary Sue. Okay, Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. Deny you each other before. I don't even know what that's supposed to try to mean. Draco, I shouted. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car, and he walked out of it. I walked out too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily. Ebony, he asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing colored contacts, which are really fucking creepy and not appealing on anyone, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness. And then I suddenly didn't feel mad anymore. And then, suddenly, just as Draco, it's bad, the grammar is bad. Just as Draco kissed me passionately. Draco climbed on top of me, and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my top, I took off his clothes, I even took off my bra. He put his thingy into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. That's the story censoring itself, not me. Oh! 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 I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm, and then, what the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was Dumbledore. Chapter 5. Author's Note. Stop flamming. If you flam, it means you're a prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is because he had a headache, okay? On top of that, he was mad at them for having sex with 2 exes. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good revoys. Dumbledore made Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools, he shouted. I started to cry, tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? That's such a weird insult. All right, asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you, demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, because I love her. Everyone was quiet. Oh my god. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, Fine, very well, you may go to your rooms. Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Yeah, I guess, I lied. I went to the girls' room, brushed my teeth and my hair, and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom, and he started to sing, I Just Wanna Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back into his room. Chapter 6. Author's Note. SHJT, so I assume it's supposed to be shut. Shut up, preps, okay? I will not update until you give me good revas. The next day, I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end, and a matching top with red skulls all over it, and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray-painted my hair with purple. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk. That sounds wonderful. And a glass of red blood. Suddenly, someone bumped into me, and all the blood spilled all over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face and he was just wearing black lipstick. What? I don't understand. I'm just going to keep going. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's. And there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had manly stubble on his chin and a sexy English accent, which I can't do, so I'm not going to try. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him. Kind of like an erection, but I'm a girl, so I don't get one, you sicko. I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's all right. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled. Well, I'm a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah, I roared. We sat down for a while, then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Chapter 7, and this one has a title. It's called Bring Me to Life. Author's note. Well, okay, guys, I'm only writing this because I got 5 good revues. And by the way, I won't write the next chapter until I get 10 good Vons. Okay, I understand. 10 good ones. I get it. Stow flamin' or I'll report you. Ebony isn't a Mary Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satanist and has problems. She's depressed for God's sake. Oh boy. I'm excited for this chapter. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist signs on my nails in red nail polish. Author's note. See, does that sound like a Mary Sue to you? I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room, locked the door, then we started Frenching passively. I think that's an oxymoron. I don't think that's a thing that you can do. And then we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. I took off my black leather bra and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked. Then he put his boy's thingy into mine and we had sex. Brackets, see, is that stupid? Yes, it is. Oh, Draco! Draco! I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words, Vampire. I was so angry. You bastard! I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded, but I knew too much. You fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway. I'm confused. Why is she angry? Is Draco a vampire? I don't understand. Why does he have AIDS? Is there something I missed? I'm just going to keep going. I put all my clothes on in a huffily. I put on my clothes all huffily, and then I stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having... Oh, that's Harry Potter's retard name, is Vampire. Where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker, I yelled. Chapter 8. Author's note. Stop flassing, okay? If you do, then you're a prep. And, okay, so the chapters are separated by a line of X's, but this line has 666, and then some X's. Oh my god. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room even though he was naked and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly. My friend Bloody? Okay, it's just Bloody. Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long, waist-length, black Gothic hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood. She was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was... Oh, are we describing Hermione now? There isn't any transition. It's just Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. Turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger, since she has converted to Satanism and she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. I'm glad we have that information. Without it, I would be very lost. That's only kind of wrong. Only kind of a joke. What is it you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. Oh, I guess this is from Draco's perspective. I'm bi, and so is Ebony. For a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. I think this is just the author inserting themselves. That's just a theory. Oh, we were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard, I screamed, and then I ran out of the room into the forbidden forest, where I lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to burst into tears. Chapter 9. Author's Note. Stop flaming! Actually spelled right this time. Okay, I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Besides, I said he had a headache, and the reason Snap doesn't like Harry now is because he's Christian and a vampire and a Satanist. MCR rocks. Alrighty. I was so mad and sad, I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then, all of a sudden, a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie. And he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort! No! I shouted in a scared way, but Voldemort shouted, Imperious! And I couldn't run away. Crookshanks! I shouted at him. Isn't that? Alright, never mind. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a Satanist, so I stopped. Ebony, he yelled, thou must kill Vampire Potter. I thought about Vampire and his sexa, Sexah, eyes, and his gothic black hair, and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remember that Draco said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? Didn't he just tell you that like a few paragraphs earlier? Doesn't matter. None of this matters. No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must. If thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude, you're so retarded look on his face. I hath telekinesis, he answered cruelly. If doth not kill vampire, then thou shalt know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joel Madden and Jared Way. No, I don't get it. Because I'm a prep and a poser, I suppose. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me, I explained. That's okay, he said, all depressed, and we went back to Hogwarts together, making out. Chapter 10. This is the last chapter I'm going to read in this part. Author's note. Stop it, you gay fags. If you do not like my story, then fuck off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle after all. And she and vampire are evil. That's why they moved houses, okay? No, it's not okay. I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset. Went to rehearsals with my gothic band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666, that I am the lead singer of and play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him Diablo now. He has black hair with blue streaks in it, and Hagrid. Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a CROSS. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a steak, and a vampire was probably watching a depressing movie, like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. That's good to know. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came, and the fucking bastard told me to kill Harry, but I don't want to kill him because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you fucking poser muggle bitch. Brackets. See, is that out of character? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's because not swearing this time he was really upset, and you will cry. See why? No, I don't see why. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists, even though literally a text block earlier we established that was impossible. And that's where the chapter ends, on a cliffhanger. Alrighty, so that's part 1. Part 2 will come probably later this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. Subscribe, leave a comment about something. I don't really care what about. And have a great rest of your day.